Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Charlotte, episode 2. What happened last time?
Last time we got a nice introduction to all of the characters. Well, I guess the four main characters. I immediately forgot all of their names. What's the sister's name? It starts with an A, doesn't it? I was the wrong person to do this intro. Anyway, we got introduced to the main characters. We found out that they have superpowers. We found out that there's a school specifically for kids with superpowers, and their mission or whatever is to stop people from using them irresponsibly. Yeah, now the main character and his sister have gone to this school, and they're gonna be living there now. Yeah. So far, it's actually really good. We're really enjoying ourselves. It was a great first episode, and we're excited to see what happens next.
Hope you guys like the video. Hope you guys enjoy the video, first of all, and then we hope you like it. If you check out our previous reaction to Charlotte and all the other stuff we got on our channel, we also have a Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast, where you can see a week ahead for this show and the others that are not currently airing on our channel. And we got exclusive reactions for OVAs and movies and live streams once a month. Bunch of cool stuff. Polls as well. Go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast, and we also have a backup channel that we encourage you to subscribe to because we already have a copyright strike on this channel. Could be more, and just in case anything happens to this one, you can just keep getting content from us by going and subscribing to our backup, Boldcast backup, in the description as well. We also have a Teespring where we have stickers and shirts and mugs designed by Lindsay herself. All of the designs are by Lindsay. We also have an Instagram @BoldcastMedia where you can get updates and other stuff going on for our channel. We hope you enjoy this reaction. We hope you enjoy our discussion. We hope you stay for the discussion and hear what we have to say afterwards. This is not a substitute for the original Charlotte anime. All of the reactions we do on this channel, we only include the footage for reference as to what we're reacting to, what we have to say at the end. It's just so that people have a context for what we're saying and what we're doing with our faces while we watch the show. It's not intended to be a replacement for the actual legal stream, which you can find on Crunchyroll and Funimation. You can also buy the Blu-rays, etc. There's a bunch of cool stuff. We encourage you to support the official release. It's not a replacement. But with all that said, anything else you want to say before we get started?
No.
Hope you guys enjoy. We're getting into Charlotte episode 2. Let's go.
Oh no.
That's all she knows how to make.
The possibility. Oh, that's why they bring the sister.
Ooh. Doesn't seem so long ago. Maybe that was her brother in the dream or in the flashback or whatever the fuck. Similar hair color.
Paid.
Sitting right in front of him. He can't pull his shit there.
Oh no.
He's gonna steal?
No, he's paying. He's gonna like drop off the change.
He just doesn't want to stay in line.
Oh no.
Wow.
I bet he does that all the time.
You're bleeding from your head.
Whoa.
Crazy student council room.
With that 3D.
Spiral staircase.
The student council means business. Water.
Is this a teacher? What is this? Oh, okay. Is it TK?
Photography?
Is he part of the student council now? Oh, the Angel Beats transition! Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so photography is the... Photography is the name of the person's ability, not the dude who came in and...
Yeah, that's the ability. Watch it have nothing to do with what they're doing.
Should wear a helmet or something. That would be cool, though. Oh, fuck! A wallet? What is that? The way she hopped over.
Bought them.
So he sold the picture. Okay, I thought he was lying. I see.
Yeah, no, he's...
I thought that was the guy and he was lying and then saying he bought it, but no.
No.
He actually bought it from this fucking guy. Can you only take one? Why didn't you just take another one? Oh, it started developing. That's really cool. Holy shit. What the fuck? Teleportation.
Why wouldn't he move her out of the way? Oh, okay. So the powers go away.
Oh, so the powers go away?
Yeah, after adolescence, the powers go away.
She's very peculiar. Like, she has a very wide range of expression.
Mm-hmm. Eats his sandwich too.
It's not that. Didn't she say it's not that far? They took a train and then a bus. Do they not have enough money?
Oh.
She sold them off. She sold them off. Oh. I wonder if he's any better.
Oh, because you grow out of it after adolescence, so I wonder if he's an adult now and just, like, destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just fucked. I wonder what the metaphor is there. Damn, that was a serious fucking episode. That was a really good episode. This show, right off the bat, it's way more, it feels way more grounded than Angel Beats.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and realistic.
Even though it's
obviously it's super fantastical.
Yeah.
It's like, like, I feel like the opening and ending are like good, sort of, a good way of relating the difference in, like, tone. But it's way more, like, chill. Like, the opening is way more, like, it's not calm, and it's not, like, relaxing, necessarily. It's still, like, kind of hype, but it's in its own way. It's just way more, like, I don't know. I don't know the right words for it, but it's a lot more, subtle than, like, the crazy explosive emotion of, like, the first one. And I feel like that's something that runs through, at least in these first two episodes. This seems way more bleak. Like...
Yeah. But not in, like, a not in, like, the sort of... Because Angel Beats was really...
heart-wrenching.
Like, and tragic. But this is just, like... This is just the way it is, guys. We're not gonna fight against it. This is just how it is.
Yeah, with Angel Beats, there was constantly, like, a conflict with the way that things are, and, like...
We need to change it.
And... Yeah, we need to try and change the world and take on God, when really it's a fight that we need to have with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
With this one, it seems... I don't know where it's gonna go. But it just seems like... I don't know. the way that story, like, if I'm comparing that story to how, like, Yuri's backstory went, like, Yuri's backstory was, like, crazy. It was, like, insane and, like, so, like, the most horrible thing you could fucking imagine. And this was terrible, too, but it was, like, I don't know. It was, in a way, more fantastical because there's, like, superpowers involved and it's, like, scientists and all this crazy shit. But there's something way more, not more impactful. It impacts me in a different way. I don't know. It makes me feel sad, but it's also like, fuck, man. Like, shit. Like, that's fucking terrible. But, like, what do you do? Like, in the other ones, it's like, oh, well, you could bounce back from it. I guess in Yuri's backstory, not necessarily, but, like, I don't know. It hits a similar chord with me that Angel Beats did so far, but I don't mean to only compare it to Angel Beats, but it's just interesting because there's clearly... it's obviously similar in some ways, and it's really interesting how they were able to hit similar beats, but in a different way. And I'm interested to see how, because I can tell the show's not going to be the same thing, and I'm really excited for that. Yeah,
I'm really interested to see sort of what the overall, like, metaphor with this show is. Angel Beats had like a couple of messages, but I'm really interested to see what this show is and what the stars have to do with it. I'm wondering if, because the name Charlotte is like a person's name, I'm wondering if that is maybe the name of a comet or something, because I believe comets are named after people.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we shouldn't look it up. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is or maybe it isn't. I was just throwing that out there because I thought maybe it would be the name of a character. But there's, like, a lot of emphasis on the stars, especially in, like that ending was, like, the stars all in the sky, and the sister is, like, obsessed with stars and wants to see, like, this comet, and it only comes around every couple of centuries. You get, like, this, like, moment or whatever, you know what I mean? And it doesn't last very long. And I'm wondering if that... I mean, it's maybe a bit early to be, like, trying to make any connections, but it's, like, maybe that plays into the thing of, like, it's, like, this crazy thing. You have these crazy powers, but just for a little bit. And then it's gone. And what happens during that time impacts you for the rest of your life.
Much like adolescence.
Yeah, like...
in real life, yeah.
It's sort of that thing of, like, okay, her brother... had, like, the worst of the worst. And now he is literally in a hospital and can't do anything for himself. And everyone, and the rest of the characters are, like, in that moment trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
So it's a bit early to, like, see where they're going to take that, but I'm excited to see where they'll take that. Kind of. I'm sure that there's some kind of comparison there, and we'll see it fleshed out a bit more. I mean, like, the writer of Angel Beats... It's the same writer, and although Angel Beats was really crammed, the messages still came through.
Yeah, and we're very clear.
And we're really clear. So I'm really excited to see. I'm sure that the show will be a similar quality and a similar... Like, the whole point of the show is to get this message across.
Yeah.
In, like, an interesting way.
And I appreciate that tactic of writing, especially. Like, I don't think a lot of people think of, like, stories this way, but it's really... it's a good comparison. Like, if you're thinking of academics, like if you're a psychologist or something, or a researcher in some field, or like if you're analyzing literature or whatever, where you have to publish, like in academia, where you have to, like, publish articles and in journals and, like, essay, like, it's basically like an essay format where an entire essay or an entire book or, like, a thesis all has to have, like, a core theme or point that is supposed to, like, take the their industry or their field in, like, a further direction down, like, a path of their study. That's similar. Stories work the exact same way. If they're well written, it's something that, like, advances either the genre, like a point. That's what I was talking about. I talked about on a stream a while ago when I was comparing, like, My Hero Academia and, like, the renaissance of shonen. How, like, My Hero Academia takes these concepts that are, like, very present in original shonen, like Naruto and One Piece in the previous generation, but refines them to a point. And there's things like One Punch Man, which are a shonen, but it's like a parody, so it's taking the core elements and making fun of them, but also using them to further along their genre. It works in a similar way. that's in like a stylistic way, or in like, you know, presenting the story beats and of like a shonen in a certain way. But in something like this, I appreciate the way that this is written. It's a similar thing of you know, you write these stories seem to be written clearly with like a theme or a point they're trying to make, but they're not trying to like it's not like a political thing or a philosophical thing necessarily, but it's you know, they're trying to explore and make a point about the human experience, and it's conscious, and they're clearly crafting things in a way in terms of like style and presentation. It's the mark of good writing and good story structure, where you can explore and present a certain theme or idea in a very concrete way and have it represented and I don't know, represented by each element of the story. And yeah, like something like the powers they only get with their adolescence, like it's clearly moving towards something, and there's clearly a idea that is being Gurren. I won't go into why, but if you've seen Gurren Lagann, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I recommend watching Best Guy Ever's old Gurren Lagann videos. He talks about this whole idea of like presenting one idea in a very concentrated way, and like not exploring a bunch of different concepts, but like one specific theme that like everything is wrapped around. It makes for really good storytelling, and I can see that that's what they're doing here. And they have something to say, and they're doing all the right things, writing and presentation.
And I really love how it's subtle enough, both in this and in Angel Beats, that it's not shoving it down your throat. Yeah. It's not like, youth is beautiful, enjoy your youth, it's a weird time. Yeah. Like, I don't know, and then they add these, like, fantastical elements of, like, there's superpowers, and there's this, and there's that, but it's so real at the same time, and I really appreciate that, because you could tell the same story with just normal people going through a normal situation, but it's interesting when you can do it in, like, a crazy way, and it's subtle enough so that you still, like, sort of subconsciously, I mean, us consciously, because we're reviewing this and we're, like, picking it apart, but I'm sure if you're just watching the show, or any show like this for your own enjoyment, that part would sort of, like, you'd think about it, but, like, you wouldn't necessarily be aware that you were thinking about it, you know what I mean? Like, you would, like, have those ideas in your brain, and you yourself, on your own time, would figure out how it applied to you. Yeah. But since we're going through this, we can, like, we pick it apart and look at it really clearly. But I don't know, I just think it's really beautiful when they can do something like this and it doesn't feel forced. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and that's... I mean, we're only on episode 2, but you can already see what they're setting up, but you're not mad that they're setting it up that way. Yeah, because it's a strong sense of metaphor. Like, you don't have to outright... It's show don't tell in the purest way of being able to get your message across in more ways than just dialogue. Like, in ways that, like, has to do with the way the characters are drawn and the way the environment is and, like, the setting, everything. Like, it all feeds into this one idea. And it's to me, it's the mark of a good story. And I really like this superhero element added because we see so much superhero stuff just in general media, and a lot of it, like, there's some messages in it, but a lot of it is just, like, the fight or like the cool power, responsibility. You need to take responsibility for this power, and this one it seems to be shaping up to be like the responsibility, but also, like, I don't know, there's something deeper to it, which I appreciate. And it's not like, and they're all flawed, like, oh, I can transfer into this person but only for a couple seconds and my body goes limp while I'm doing that, or oh, I can teleport but I injure myself and destroy the town and have 0 accuracy, or I can become invisible but only to one person, and, like, figuring out how, like everyone hates her because she would become invisible but just to one person, and everyone else would see what she was doing, you know what I mean? It's just sort of these interesting way of how, like, everyone, like, works together and coexists with these powers in, like, a high school setting. Really cool. Yeah, but, like, about this episode specifically of, like, what happened of the guy, Udo, is that how you say that? Udoh?
Yeah, Udo.
Udo? He was sort of using his powers for evil in a very similar sense to what Yu was doing. Like, using it for purely... I mean, he's like, oh, my parents were sick. And then they're basically like, yeah, but this is not the... Even though you could be doing this, this is not the right way to go about it, and you're putting yourself in danger. I don't know, that was just interesting. He was... I don't know. That was a weird power. I don't know how it worked, though. The photograph, like, where were they coming out?
Vision, I guess, like, maybe his chest or something, there's, like, a little fold there that he, like, pulls the picture, the Polaroids out of. Yeah. I wonder what the deal with that is, because, like, who started the school, and why are, like, so there's this, these, like, scientists...
There's the one person that, Tamori? Did I say her name? There's the one person that Tamori can trust. And I'm assuming that they're like Professor X out here, like, we're gonna have
I don't assume anything. I have no idea what the deal is. I'm asking, what I was bringing up, and what's the deal with the school? Like, okay, so, like, who started the school? But, like, who are these scientists? Like, do they work for somebody? Is there, like, a secret organization?
I assumed the scientists was, like, a government thing.
Okay. But, like, okay, so then how does the school protect them from the government? It's like, that's my question. I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know how, just because you join the school, now you're untouchable from the government.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe there's some, like, measures in place so that, like, the government or these scientists or whatever can't detect people who are in the school, maybe? Or their strategy is just keeping everyone safe enough so that they aren't detected. If like, that's sort of...
I feel like if they could find one guy taking, like, half-nude photos of a girl at a random school in Japan, they could probably find an entire school of people with these powers. Yeah. Like, I just want to know... I'm sure there is some explanation, but I hope they don't get too lost in the metaphor of, like, whatever they represent. Like, they don't explain how how a school could exist. Like, I would want some explanation on that, because I don't understand how they're more safe going to the school with a bunch of them than just keeping the power to themselves.
Well, I think the part of the thing was everyone at the school knows not to snitch, and the way that they would find out about that guy is if people started noticing weird stuff going on and it got reported to, like, the police or the authorities or the principal, you know. I think... That's how they've been finding people.
So they can't snitch, but it's a school of, like, hundreds of students. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. There must be some sort of, like, other thing that is keeping them safe, because it literally makes zero sense that they would be safer in a group of them rather than just, like, blending in with society. Doesn't make sense to me, but maybe there's something to that. I just wonder what it is. That's all I have to say about the episode.
I wonder if this show is going to be sort of about, like, finding all these different people, like, and, like, solving the case. We're avoiding disaster here, because that's what the first episode. But also with Angel Beats, we thought it was going to be one thing, and then it was a different thing. Like, literally every episode we were like, all right, we know what's going on, and then they not even close.
Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction to Charlotte. Hope you check out the previous reaction to this, and stay tuned for the next one. If you want, you can see the next episode of this on our Patreon right now, patreon.com/boldcast. We post them a week early, as well as some of the other shows on our channel. You can go see the details of that. We also have exclusive reactions and to OVAs and movies. We also have an exclusive live stream we do once a month. We also have polls for the lower tier. Bunch of cool stuff. Patreon.com/boldcast. Backup channel we encourage you to subscribe to. We're in danger of being copyright struck down just as much as anyone else. If you subscribe to that, you'll continue to get our videos, even if this channel goes down. So we encourage you to subscribe to that, just as a security measure. Also, we have a Teespring, mugs, shirts, and stickers designed by Lindsay, by hand. And,
on the computer.
Yeah. And we also have an Instagram, @BoldcastMedia, which you can check out for extra content there every once in a while. But with that, I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Zenge,
John Ortega,
Rising 80,
Catherine,
Iwan Polgar,
Nicholas Teo,
Lewis,
Yeet,
Gentleman,
Christian Bay,
Mozart Waddle,
Kage Uzumaki,
Xavier Rhodes,
Nelson Barbosa,
Chow Lau.
Brian.
Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.